The new Bad Omens song with Poppy sucks big weenie. Sleep Token's hardcore worship fans make me not want to listen to Sleep Token. And Hollywood Undead make terrible music for edgy teens. It must be part 3. Okay, let's do this one more time. You guys know the drill. A bunch of you sent me unpopular metal and rock music opinions, and today, once again, I'm going to react to them. I don't see the hype in Electric Cowboy. Me neither, to be honest. They're okay, they're a party band. I'm certainly not on the hype, but I am a big fan of bands like Enter Shikari, Pendulum, and they're sort of in that area of, you know, the techno, but also the heavier side of things as well. So I don't see a reason why I wouldn't like Electric Cowboy. I just don't love them yet. Maybe we'll see them at Download again since they're back this year. New metal opinion from me. New Parkway Drive is basically dad rock, and I wish they'd go back to their old school stuff. Sad face. I'm sorry, I gotta disagree with this one. I'm a huge fan of New Parkway Drive. I know that their last album was not received that well, and the one before that, I mean, it had a lot of success. Like, Pray is a massive song. Glitch is an amazing song. And when Darker Still came out, their most recent album, I was listening to that on repeat constantly. I got really obsessed with it, and it made me realise I really am a big fan of the New Parkway Drive. So, you know, there's still the metal, there's still the heavy in there, they've still got it going on. Maybe it's not like it used to be, but not a lot is. Like, that style of music belongs in that time period, you know, the 2010s. Now we're in the 2020s. So yeah, I'm definitely a big advocate of New Parkway Drive music. We need a new MCR album. Not unpopular, I just take every chance I get to mention it. Completely agree. We need to get that new My Chemical Romance album pronto. Looking up the set list before a gig is lame. Alright. So from what I saw personally, this didn't used to be a thing. It's only just become a thing in the last few years. I never used to look at set lists. I never used to go looking for the set list of bands that I was going to see on tour. Now it's become a massive thing for everybody to share the set list, to tease the set list, to spoil the set lists online, on social media, you know, or you can just go and search it yourself, Setlist FM. It's got everything on there from what they've been playing recently, and then you can, you know what you're going to be getting on the night. Personally, I can't help but do this for nearly every band I'm seeing now, because it actually helps me get excited. A lot of people might think it kind of ruins the hype, ruins the excitement, but it doesn't. You're looking at a set list online, you're not seeing it getting played live. You're still getting excited for that experience. It still doesn't change anything. I like to know what I'm getting. I like to know if it's a really bad set list as well. But for the most part, it's usually a good set list. A lot of people would rather not know what they're going to be getting on the set list. I just love to know. Metalcore is 10 times heavier than classic metal, like Iron Maiden, Saxon, Judas Priest. Lol. I mean, yeah, it is. So when I think of heavy music, I certainly don't think of Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Saxon. These are classic rock bands. Legendary bands that came out in a different generation. You know, there's always going to be someone who says something isn't heavy and something is heavier than that. Now, I can't stand the deathcore metal stands that only will strictly listen to the darkest, blackest, heaviest metal possible, and they will just trash on anything that's below that. I just don't give a fuck. I'm so over people saying, oh, this song isn't heavy, this band isn't heavy, this band's gone soft. It's just fucking dumb. Just listen to the music. I'm kind of just getting off track here with a completely different subject, but I feel strongly about it, you know? But yeah, I agree, modern metalcore is a lot heavier than these specific bands and other legendary rock bands. Experienced Download fans can't handle Download not just being a metal festival. So I'm assuming by this you mean like the Download gatekeepers, which are mostly the older generation. Again, onto the metal fans and the old rock fans that kind of annoy me, kind of annoy a lot of people online with their negative comments. These are the people that basically will complain about everything, can't get over the fact that Download is giving newer bands a chance, can't get over the fact that Download is giving newer bands higher spots on the slots, not putting enough old school metal, rock bands, whatever you're thinking on there. You know me, I'm all for new music getting a chance. I'm all for new bands getting a chance to headline. Love it. You know, complete advocate of that. And yeah, I certainly agree with this one. And obviously with the Download lineup this year, which is a very controversial one, you're not going to please everybody, but I think when a festival has a mix of every type of metal, rock, you know, pop punk, it's got something in there for everybody as usual. May as well get MGK out of the way. He's legit hated by everyone, but one of my faves. So MGK is somebody that, obviously, another very controversial dude online. Very hated in the rock and alternative community again. A lot of people say he ruined metal music. It's kind of stupid, really, because he's not even making metal music. He's making pop punk music and he still raps as well. He's a talented rapper. I really got into the guy during lockdown. I think a lot of what he was saying, a lot of his songs really, spoke to me. It really helped me. It helped me through a large part of lockdown when I was sort of going through a really confusing time of my life. Identity crisis sort of things, kind of like what he was going through in that time as well. I hate to say it, but he sort of like rebirthed my love for pop punk in a way, and what he was doing, I was a big fan of it. Some big collaborations with other artists that I like as well, so I've got no real hate for MGK. I'm just not really with all the hate there is online either. I just, I enjoy him enough. The new Bad Omens song with Poppy sucks big weenie. Sleep Token hardcore worship fans make me not want to listen to Sleep Token. I second that. The Sleep Token worship fans are weird, proper creeps me out, and it's making me like the band less. Sleep Token, way overrated. Alright, gonna have to go through these section by section. Yeah, I actually agree, I'm not a fan of Van. I'm not a huge fan of Poppy, and I'll happily admit, when I saw that we were getting a new Bad Omens song, and I listened to it, and there was absolutely no Noah on the whole song. When we see a Bad Omens song, we expect to hear Noah's amazing vocals on there. Didn't get that, it didn't deliver. For me, it was a complete flop, not a fan of that song at all. But that's just my opinion, I know a lot of people did like this song. And as for Sleep Token fans, yeah, completely agree, there's a bunch of weirdos. The worship thing is kind of cringy, kind of creepy. It didn't make me not want to listen to them, but it didn't really make me intrigued either. Like, I've checked out enough of them to know that I'm still not a massive fan of them. Still don't understand the hype for this band. I'm starting to think I never will, to be honest. I don't understand Sleep Token. The Beatles are the most overrated band on the planet. So, I don't think the Beatles are the most overrated band on the planet. They're certainly not my thing. A lot of music we've gotten over the last 30 plus years is because of the Beatles. They introduced a lot of things, they sort of started a lot of things, and obviously very influential to many bands to come over the next few years after that. But hey, my nana loves them, I know that much, so that's good enough for me. I don't think they're overrated, they've certainly earned their popularity over the years. Blink-182, Green Day. You know what? I think I like these two bands almost exactly the same amount, which isn't much. They've got their main pop-punk bangers that everyone knows, that I know, that I enjoy enough, but never been a huge fan of either of these ones, to be honest. Just because you like the band first doesn't mean you're entitled to being a bigger fan, better fan. Just love the band equally. Yeah, completely agree with that. I have no time for gatekeepers, people who think they're, the band's #1 fan. You can get them into your top streamed artists, you can go to every concert, you can buy all their merch, you can give them tons and tons of money, tons and tons of streaming, tons of listens. But yeah, it doesn't mean you own a band and you're not a better, bigger fan than someone who can't afford to go to all their tours, buy all their merch, do all this stuff, amongst them. Yeah. Okay, last one. I don't like Sleep Token, Disturbed, Five Finger Death Punch, and everyone hypes them. Never got into them. I can't stand Pierce the Veil either. Sleep Token, yeah, whatever. Disturbed, yeah, not a big fan of them either. I like their biggest songs, nothing else. Five Finger Death Punch, the exact same. Only like their very, very most known songs, and not much either. I don't think everyone hypes Disturbed and Five Finger Death Punch. I don't see a lot of hype for them two bands at all these days. And as for Pierce the Veil, huge fan of them. Been a huge fan of them for, just coming up over a decade now. They certainly mean a lot to me. These are one of my complete starting bands. They introduced me to a lot more music in the future, and I got a lot to thank them for, so yeah, love Pierce the Veil. Right, I'm done with this. It's making my brain work way too much and I'm stuttering all over the place. There's a lot to think about with these videos because I'm thinking of all these reactions on the spot. I don't plan these reactions at all, so when I'm reading these, I have to immediately just come out with whatever I think of first, so it can be tricky, it can be quite draining, but I've really enjoyed making these. It's been a fun little 3-part series. Might bring it back again in the future, we'll see. I've got some special content planned for the not too distant future. Obviously festival season is fast approaching now. Festival content is going to be back. I actually can't tell you how excited I am for the festivals this year. I need the dopamine, I need the happiness, I need to see everybody, I need to get back into this properly. And also, I guess I may as well mention that my channel's 10th anniversary is coming up in just over a month's time now. At the start of May, this little channel, the Dillcam, is going to be turning 10 years old. I can't actually believe it. It's a big thing. I've been planning what I'm going to be doing in my head for quite a long time. It's a really big milestone and I'm very excited for that one. So, if you've been around for a while, watching these videos, supporting these videos, thank you so much. It means the world to me. Obviously, more news will come closer to the time. Still got another month to go through yet. So until then, I'll see you real soon for some more music related content.